Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this last trading day of May, Friday the 30th. And we have a crazy rally going on, don't we? So halfway through the day here, given the China stuff and the China discussions, market looked like it was absolutely going to sell off into the afternoon here. Big move to the downside after the London close. And then slowly started grinding higher. As I showed on the Nasdaq, I took a couple of short trades. I got run over twice. I'll show. I mean, it's on the Nasdaq, so I'll show you that when I get there. But this is like it's like yeah, the balancing of some portfolios, and here you have just net buying, net buying going on, and these guys are freaking like buying it straight up here, reversing the range from the very low right up here to the initial balance high, right up to the highs here and pushing it. And now they finally knocked it down a bit. I'm just shaking my head like, okay, that was a pretty spectacular. If you tried to short it on the way up here and you didn't let it stop you out when you were wrong, you would have been crushed. So there you have it. But we are back up in the range again. So I would say that the fear of the market collapsing into the close probably gone, probably sitting more like a range bound market. Still, we have the levels to pay attention to. And I would say that if they close below this area, the 58, 80, 85s, I would stay on the short side. They close above the 59.30s, I would say 59.40s, I would stay on the long side. And if they close somewhere in between, I would just stay range bound going into the overnight on Monday. So there you have it. And Monday we're in June. So in June, that means we got like 6 months before Christmas, as you know, 6 months. Anyway, so pretty spectacular recovery here. So net buying going on right now. So I would say that you have the levels 59.40 for the long side, 58.80 for the short side, and in between just stay range bound. No trades on the ES for me today. I did get a little bit active on the Nasdaq, and I'll show you that now. Just before I get there, old bond market, just in a range, a nice little range bond market, nothing going on that one, so nothing to say about there. On the Nasdaq, though, I got a little bit active here on the way after this rundown here, and they started grinding this higher. I was in that mode that okay, China tariffs last day of the month, they probably going to be some selling into the close here, given that weakness we saw here. So I tried a short trade here at the Tablet, didn't work out. I let it stop me out. And you can see that I mean, if I had been a little bit less aggressive on my entry, I would have been just saved myself from getting stopped out on that one. So that would have been a break-even trade instead. But I was just a little bit too early, got stopped out. It took it just a little bit higher, and then it ran it lower. So that was frustrating to see. I tried one more short trade at the volume weighted mean after it was fumbling around. Looks like it would take it higher and then started fading. Hopped on a short trade and again got caught. And then they just keep grinding this higher and I got stopped out again. I didn't try to be cute about it, let it stop me out, and that was it. So two trades there, like done $100 on that. And then it was a less of a graceful trade. I was thinking like, okay, these guys are running it right up here. So I hopped on a long trade. And of course, that would just that they when they got some I don't know, there was something happened here, but they were swinging it pretty bad, pretty hard back and forth, and they managed to knock me out of that trade as well. And I figured like, oh shit, this is like typical, like this shakeout kind of move. So I got on a long trade on the way back up again and rode that one right up here to the initial balance high. So I was down $150 right there. And then I managed to get back to the $34 range, so like $120 in that trade. I wasn't going to be cuter than that, so I had my limit order right here at the initial balance high. Well, yes, it's a couple of ticks shy of it. And look at that, they ran up here, ran right into it, and then pulled back hard after that. So I finally got the decent trade in, right? But it's still down $34 on those four trades, and I'm done for the day. Not going to be cuter than that. So, so I was like, this last two trades, two short attempts, neither of them worked. One less graceful trade, that was not the pretty one, and I got punished right away for it. And then I tried one on the pullback here, and that worked better. So that's the Nasdaq. So four trades down 34 on that. And the lesson is a day like this. If you're wrong on the trade, let it stop you out. If you happen to be just shaking out just barely, it's just how trading works, and there's just nothing you can do about it. You can try to be less aggressive on an entry and try to get better trade location. That's kind of what saves you, but you never know exactly how far they're going to take it, so you can get shaken out anyway. That's just how it works. So, but and then finally oil and gold, and that guy is that both of them are just range bound. Range bound gold around 33.20 to 40 at the high volume area right there. It's a wider range. But I would just start off range bound on gold, and I would start off range bound on oil. Oil was down, and then right back up again. They both of them had big reactions on that China stuff in the morning here, the China tariff talk. But all of them is back range bound, back to value, and nothing really is changing going into the weekend. At least what it looks like. It looks to me like we are getting more strength now on the Nasdaq and the ES. That they're squeezing this to the upside. So, but man, it is something to watch, you know. And as I said, I'm done trading it. I'm going to take my $34 loss and just leave it at that. Better than that, then after three losers in a row and then one decent trade, it's like, okay. Man. So on the ES, back up here, and they're right here up here against that 59.30s, and let's see where they're going to go from here. It looks to me like it's a net buying going into the end of the month here. So I think if they keep going here, we may be right up here to that 59.40 level. So let's see how it goes. But that has been pretty crazy day. The big ups, big downs, and that's this the afternoon squeeze. Man, tried to short it twice. Both of them didn't work. My mate was have been right here in this area right there. Neither of them worked, and right now it looks to me like they're squeezing it. Now, if you tried shorting it up here, uh, a good trade location, a good setup, but it feels to me like the bulls are running it this higher. So I would stay out of the way right now. So we leave it there, guys. So last trading day of May. I'll see you back on Monday. And so far, has four trades on the Nasdaq, three losers, one decent winner, and I'm down 34 on that one. But that was good. I could have ended up worse and could have ended up a lot worse. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. I'll see you back on Monday. You have a great weekend. Later.